to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, you're welcome. If you've been here for a while, thanks for hanging out with me. Thank you for all the support. I appreciate it. I do not take anything for granted. So welcome. I'm excited. I'm excited that actually really sharing this. I really hope it helps. Yeah, so today we are looking at the consequences or the complications of the sexually transmitted diseases. I want you guys to know the consequences or the complications so that you're able to take the prevention seriously. Yeah, I'm going to talk about the consequences in 3 categories where we shall see the complications or the effects of STIs on the female reproductive system, or in females, then the males, and also the unborn children or the unborn babies. Yeah, so let's start with the females. In the females, some STIs do cause what we call a pelvic inflammatory disease. And a pelvic inflammatory disease is an infection of the genital tract that occurs as a result of microorganisms from the vagina ascending to the upper parts of the reproductive system. That's the uterus, the fallopian tubes, the ovaries and stuff. Yeah, so that's a PID or a pelvic inflammatory disease. So that infection is going to be really serious. It has serious signs and symptoms. There is always severe lower abdominal pain, and most of the cases it's due to chlamydia infections, gonorrhea, and some others. So when you get the sexually transmitted diseases, be sure that you're treated promptly to prevent some of these complications. And if you haven't gotten any STI, please do the primary prevention as you saw in the previous video, so that you do not again acquire the sexually transmitted diseases. Then the other effect 2 is infertility. So infertility, this is when a couple or individuals that are having sex consecutively for about 2 years and they are failing to conceive. That is infertility. If you're doing unprotected sexual intercourse, you're not on any contraception, but still you're failing to conceive, and that is for about 2 years. That's when we call it infertility. So how is the infertility going to come in due to STIs? As you got the pelvic inflammatory disease, what's going to happen is there is inflammation. So as you're healing from the pelvic inflammatory disease, it's usually healed with scars. So those infections really heal with scars. So what's going to happen? Those scars can end up broke. They can end up broke the passage of the egg. Remember, after ovulation, an egg is released from our ovaries to the tube, where it moves to its site where they fertilize it from the ampulla. So as you had the pelvic inflammatory disease, there is that kind of scarring in your tube. Remember, a tube is just the diameter is actually of a certain millimeter. I've forgotten. It's really tiny, it is small. So once the scars are there, you're going to get that breakage, and the ovum or the egg, after it has been released by the ovaries, it won't be able to move to the place where fertilization takes place, meaning you're going to end up not conceiving. Why? Because there is a blockage, and the blockage was caused by an STI, which STI caused a pelvic inflammatory disease. Yeah, so the other effect still on ladies, we have ectopic pregnancy. Ectopic pregnancy, this is just a pregnancy that grows outside the uterus. Remember, normally God created us in a way that when a lady conceives, the baby, the fetus, it has to grow from normally it grows from the uterine cavity. or in the uterus. But since someone suffered maybe an STI, for example gonorrhea, and it really ascended and caused an infection in the upper reproductive system, it can end up causing, as I said to the previous point, it can end up causing scars. As the scars form, they are going to, remember, still there is that part of the tube where fertilization takes place, which is the ampulla. So like after fertilization has taken place, of course the egg will have to move to the endometrium or to the uterine cavity where it is supposed, the fertilized ovum, where the baby is supposed to grow from. So if now there is the scars, it might hinder, the scars might hinder the proper movement of the fertilized ovum. So it might end up, or it will slow down the movement. So that by the time it is supposed to embed or implant itself in the uterus, it finds it in the tube. So when it finds it in the tube, what is going to happen? Instead of the fertilized ovum of embedding in the uterus, it's going to now embed in a tube. It will embed somewhere in the tube like that. So that's ectopic pregnancy. It is also deadly. The tube is not big enough, so sometimes it ends up rupturing, and that's of course an emergency. Like, it can really put your life at stake or in danger. So the other thing, STIs can cause spontaneous abortions. Abortions, these are just like, it's like expulsion of the products of conception, like the fetus, placenta, and other stuff before 28 weeks of gestation. So since one suffered maybe an STI and they have not maybe treated it, or they still even have it as they are pregnant, it can cause a spontaneous abortion. So ensure that you take care and really treat them in case you have them, or in case you get affected by one or them. Ensure that you get treated. Then the other thing, if you haven't gotten any, please ensure that you do the primary prevention, like I shared in the previous video of STI prevention. Yeah, so for the case of the males, it can cause still infertility, and some cancers, of course. Still also in women, STIs can end up causing cancers. Remember, we saw that there is that virus that is transmitted sexually, the human papilloma virus, since it lives in the foreskin of the male's penis. So once you have unprotected sexual intercourse and this man has that virus in their foreskin, it can easily be transmitted onto you. So meaning you're at risk, or you can end up getting cancers. For example, anal cancers for those who do anal sex, then cervical cancer and some other types of cancers. Then the consequences on the fetus or the baby, one can end up giving birth to a child with an eye infection, which we call medically neonatal conjunctivitis. Like, a child might be born with an eye infection, which can easily turn into blindness if it's not well treated. So as adults out there, ensure that when you have an STI, you treat it. And how is this child going to get an STI? Remember, during birth, especially ladies who go through the spontaneous vaginal deliveries, as the baby is coming out, usually the face sweeps the, I don't want to use medical terms, but this is unavoidable. Like, the baby's face will sweep the birth canal or the perineum. So as you had an STI, of course the face, the baby's eyes will get into contact with your fluids, blood and stuff. So those microbes that you have that are causing the STI can get into contact with the baby's eyes, and hence You deliver a baby, and after a few days of birth, they have an eye infection, which can in turn bring about blindness. The other thing, one can have can deliver, can have a stillbirth. Yeah, due to an STI, one can get their child die in their womb. Like a child can die in your womb, or a baby. Yeah, so those are the consequences. Those are the consequences I wanted to share. Those are the complications of STIs I wanted to share. Hope you stay healthy. Hope you find this helpful, and share this message with a friend, share this message with a brother, with your sisters, with your aunties, with your cousins. Let's keep healthy together. Let's enjoy this life when we are healthy together. My mission is, your health is my mission, and yeah, I'm here to teach you in case you have something to ask. Let me have the questions, the supplements, and anything in the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. Yeah, thanks for watching. Come again here. We don't keep information to ourselves, we really share the information. I hope this really helps. Yeah, bye. We shall meet in the next video. Thanks for watching.